Get you back. So anyway, but yeah, that's keeping up with the Bidens, y'all, and we'll see how this. I know this year ain't gonna end right, but
garbage and sanitation worker. No, they want to live in big houses that they see on videos.
You know, my thing is, I thought it was funny because it was the caller that did it, but at the end of the day, it's when you're a public figure,
that the whole thing makes me sick to my stomach.
You know what I'm saying? 99.9% of the time, I love living in this, country that we're free and we have this freedom of speech. But every now and then,
when
she
man,
did
listen,
the
brother, if she could turn back the hands of time, Doc, ain't no Dave Chappelle, I'll tell you that.
And so you need to be put out and put on notice. The hell no.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, y'all. Happy Monday.
Thank you, Sharonda. I sure appreciate you. She is the most energetic person ever on Monday. She keeps the same. And you almost think that she's not doing this or like we recorded her or something. But that's her live every Monday. I don't know how she stays consistent like that. Anyway, hey, it's been 7 days since I seen y'all. What up? I feel like Martin when he was on the radio. What up? What up? What up? Maybe that ain't, sound right. But listen, it's TFG, your favorite show that you can watch at night. But guess what? We're a morning show. And you know why? Because it's morning somewhere. And ladies and gentlemen, we have some amazing topics today. Again, we have your favorite people in the building. And ma'am, Miss Brittany, would you bring on the family so we can go ahead and get started? Y'all look at him. Oh, he's smoking. This ain't gonna be this ain't gonna do well today. I see that right now. He's lighting it up already, ladies and gentlemen. Devin ain't even she running away like she's gonna be a Russian going to the war. So Kenny again, he on the couch waiting on somebody to come by a little later. Y'all, it's good to see it. Listen, I just call it like I see it. I play spades, so I just call a spade with a spade. Okay. Y'all all right today?
Good, good, brother.
Good. Yeah. Listen, everybody doing all right. Devin doing real good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. She definitely doing all right.
She got a lot of PTO. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
I know that's right.
No, I'm teasing. All right, listen, y'all. We're here. We're ready. We're excited about getting started. Ma'am, give me the first topic today. We're gonna follow up on a few things here because some things have transpired over the week since the last time we talked. Number one, let's talk about Tiffany Haddish and Ari Spears and that allegation. Now, here's the problem. We talked about these people and how they are opportunists. Ladies and gentlemen, they rescinded the what do you call it?
Lawsuit.
The lawsuit. Mm-hmm. Now the lawsuit is no longer. Again, stick to your guns, y'all. I don't understand. And again, Tiffany and Ari said they wasn't gonna get shook down for no money. So I don't know what this is about. It wasn't, and it's not like the prosecutor or the district attorney. They said no. The young people actually said, "Hey, we don't want to do this anymore." Mm-hmm. What y'all think is there something I'm missing about this moment, or is it just par for the course that people can just do it and not do it as they choose?
Nah, that was a money grab.
You think so? But they didn't get no money.
It sounds like no. They didn't tell you they got it.
They didn't tell you.
It sounds like a settlement.
It
sounds like a settlement with prejudice. Not only did they receive the money, but they had to say that Tiffany was a good person and a nice family friend.
Right. Okay. Well, see, so yeah. I knew it had to be something. So it's some of that Stormy Daniels money.
Yeah. It's literally hush money. Right. Not only hush money, but hush and say something nice.
Okay, all right. Well, that is that. Yeah, okay. Well, cool. Well, y'all. So apparently, we're not gonna say. Well, she's guilty in the media already, but I guess for the court of law, it's a done deal.
Not really. I'm disturbed on a different level. I could care less whether or not. I firmly believe that there was a under the table settlement, mission accomplished. You know,
Huh.
they put it out there, it made the right amount of noise, you know, everything. But I hate the double standard of hypocrisy that, you know, for her being female,
Yeah.
she did not receive the same level of vitriol
Mm-hmm.
and punishment that that her male counterparts got.
Mm-hmm.
You know, had that been a man, had that been Dave Chappelle, because again, I keep bringing him up because they want his head on a spike for comments he made in a comedy special.
Mm-hmm.
She did something that's clearly vile, but she's a woman. It's amazing how when it's a woman, it's the Maury Povich syndrome. Well, we're gonna kind of let it go. You know, Will Smith's wife, she slept with August Alsina, allegedly, while he was underage. It gets washed under the cover. You know, nobody says anything about it. You know, here we have something she's done. Nobody says anything about it. You got the T.I. situation in here. They pick and choose who they want to selectively persecute and go after. And so my thing is she skated away free, and in due time she'll rebuild her career like nothing happened.
She said, Brittany says, I think those situations are totally different. Well, to your point, and even to Black's point, I'm gonna say this because there's three things I'm noticing then about this whole moment, right? Black brought up a situation. We're now in an era of Me Too. So is this the opposite now of what Me Too is, where we no longer focus on if the women are doing something, where in past it was the men getting all the passes, right? Through these moments. So now maybe it's the off balance of the Me Too. Now, if a woman does something, we're just gonna just pretend. But then at the same time, to your point, where you're talking about who the person is being offended. Black talks about all the time the Caucasian woman being the most valuable thing to this country. And so what I see kids, and then I see Black kids. So this is a recipe for a rug sweep, right?
And you say it's different. I take issue with that because if underage is underage, then it's underage, irregardless of sex. He wasn't 18. So if you're a parent out there, you're a woman and a married older woman, you'd be okay with them having a relations with your son? Is that what we're saying? Now,
no, there wasn't relations. Now, that's clearly so. We're not saying that Aries and them had relations with these.
I'm
kids.
not talking. I'm not talking about Aries. I gave a litany of people. Okay. But it's quick to say it was different because we make excuses for women. Is all I'm saying. You know,
the double
standard. And if we talking specifically about Tiffany Haddish, anybody on this panel think what they did was okay?
Of course.
Oh no.
I think Aries.
So where's the vitriol?
But Aries is just the same.
Yeah, well, let me say this to answer Black.
What I'm saying, yeah.
To answer Black, Aries got more vitriol because of people disliking him anyway. First of all, number two, the Lizzo comment that he just put out the week before didn't help his cause either.
No,
because that helped. Aries Spears has got a bad reputation in the comic circles anyway.
I get that.
Of course, he was going to get more vitriol than Tiffany Haddish. So that's kind of how I look at that situation.
I get that, but I'm just talking about the double standard.
No, I get
goes
that.
out and gyrates, but you know, the WAP video could come out and it's sexy and it's beautiful. Now, I'm not talking about my own personal standards. I thought it was sexy. I don't have a problem with it.
Hey,
you know, I don't even have a problem with August Alsina sleeping with her. You know, God bless him. I would have done it too, but I'm just saying it's not the same standard, you know.
Brittany says this situation does not equate to the situation that involved male predators, molestation, and sexually assaulting young people. All right.
We'll respectfully agree to disagree on that.
And listen, he literally is here for all the smoke. Literally. So he wants it.
No pun intended.
That's right. Even if it was, take it for what you see. So I agree with you. There are both male and female parties involved in this moment. And you know, they equally are being given a pass, if I can say that. But to the history of it all, I see where Black is going with that. And again, as this whole Me Too thing unfolds and we get 10, 15, 20 years down, let's see what this thing sprouts into, because it's interesting. But to this moment,
and let me say this real quick, Brent. I think a lot of times we're quick to jump to public opinion. We tend to before we even get all the facts, we quick to already put somebody over there in the corner that they guilty. Yeah, I think sometimes we just need to wait until we get all the information before we give a pretty opinion. Because when you defame somebody, when you kill a character and who they are, you can't take it back. Now their profession is kind of shot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
I'm only gonna add, especially if you're a man, and everybody on this panel know I'm a male chauvinist. So.
Yes, sir. Listen, I think you got it.
We know.
I think you got it tatted on your back like Tupac. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So So okay, so that's one follow up. Number two, old Brady boy, he lost his job last week. He was a radio
I missed that.
Host.
Oh, he was doing some radio stuff. I missed that.
He was on Sirius XM. He had a show on Sirius XM, and they suspended the show.
Should have
further notice.
Should have.
Yeah. And listen, man, these folks got receipts on this boy. So and everybody's trying to CYA. So
right, yes, sir.
So I don't know about old Brett. Brett may not make it out of here, man. So
it's another little caveat to this story. He was also trying to get some funding to lure Shedeur Sanders to Southern Mississippi.
Correct.
Yeah, so he was trying to get some money to get an indoor football facility built so he could bring Shedeur Sanders. So that's another little caveat too.
Wow.
And even if he lost his job, we saying the punishment fit the crime, y'all?
Oh no.
No.
He lost the job. Okay.
Listen,
Yeah.
privilege.
Right. No, you
a radio job.
You already know. You already know that ain't enough.
Privilege
that's
is
just
privilege.
that's privilege. Come on.
Yeah, no.
But
no,
you bad boy, you don't do it again.
Yeah. Okay. And one more thing before we get out of here on the follow up. Apparently, the Super Bowl this year is now have its halftime show. I'm assuming everybody know who it is now, right?
I don't.
Yeah.
Okay, it's Rihanna, and so
God.
is that bad?
Is that bad, Black?
Good. I don't know.
Is that good or bad?
That's bad.
That's bad.
That's bad. Well, listen, she gonna get that weight down and shake a little something, Oh, I guess that ain't what he wants to see. All right. I mean, so Devin, you watching?
Yeah, I like Rihanna. Yeah, I'm watching.
Okay.
That's my girl. I like Rihanna. I'm a fan.
Okay. All right, Kenny. You gonna look for the umbrella?
Nah, I'm good. And I like Rihanna. She's a beautiful woman, but nah, I skipped the halftime show this year.
All right. Well, Rude Boy, are you gonna set it up?
Not even close. Remember Color Purple when he said, "Well, I'll let you have Silas. You're ruined." Rihanna is ruined.
Why? Because she had a baby?
Yes,
no.
Yes, sir. I said it.
I knew he was gonna say. I don't even know why I said myself up.
He gonna hold on to that chauvinist title, honey.
Yeah. He wear it like a badge of honor.
Listen,
you know that.
Listen, y'all know how they be at the sometimes they be at the bar, they be babysitting them drinks. Honey, he gonna babysit that title. Ain't going nowhere. All right, well, that's the follow-up for the last 7 days. And so we'll keep it up. If we hear something else new come out about stories that we talked about before, then we'll bring you the follow-up. All right, man, what we got next? And I didn't know he was smoking today, y'all. So I just want y'all to know. I just thought about Black when I saw this. What is toxic R&B? Kenny, what do you think toxic R&B is?
Man, that's a tough one. I really don't know. I'm assuming it's I don't really know. I'll be honest with you. I don't.
I didn't even. Devin, you a little bit more hip than we are. What is toxic R&B?
No idea. Never heard that.
Okay. Well then, Black. I know you ain't heard of it. Then
I can. This is an easy one, even though I haven't heard of it.
Okay,
it's the new slippery slope that we've gone down, where we're rewriting history and going back and looking at art and anything, and now finding fault with it because it doesn't fit into the neat narrative of being woke.
Okay,
that's what this is.
Okay, well, and I don't think there's a right or wrong answer. It was just brought up in the situation with artist PJ Morton. He was on Joe Budden's podcast, and they were talking about songs, and apparently what they were interpreting was one of his songs were referring to him going through a struggle with his relationship, and they labeled those type of songs toxic. Like when you glorified some type of issue in the relationship or domestic violence or things of that nature. I didn't know that. I said, well, man, y'all didn't want to go back to the 90s.
I'm gonna say all I think about it, end of the road when he was talking about I knew you out with that other fella.
That's it. Man,
I did a show on this.
Did you?
I did a show on this. We literally did a show where you could go back and take lyrics and put on the microscope. Just Saturday, we played "As We Lay," a Shirley Brown. Listen to the lyrics, and you can literally go back in any song. Teddy P, turn off the lights. Come here.
Yeah.
If you put it on the microscope and look at the lyrics, we could say that, hey, he wouldn't let her leave.
Kelly Price,
he made her turn the lights off, and certain Shirley Murdoch song is glorifying an affair. This is that slippery slope of now everything has to be woke.
Was it Betty Wright talking about Uncle Charlie is just a man doing the best he can?
Really? Really?
Listen, fire and desire, all that kind. I mean, for me, even in Drew Hill, somebody sleeping in my. It's just so many songs that you just think about. Yeah. It's just like, wow, but now they call it toxic R&B. It's like, well, call us Susie and slap us silly. I guess that's what we were listening to. Because
Keith Sweat, one of the greatest. We talked about this Saturday. To me, Keith Sweat, "Make It Last Forever" was damn near perfect album. One of his hit songs off there. The song starts off with, "You may be young, but you ready."
Yep.
Now, R. Kelly's locked up for saying the same sentiment. But Keith Sweat sings, "You may be young, but you ready."
Yeah.
My point being, we can tear apart any song if we wanted to.
Sure.
That's true.
Yeah.
Sure. Well, I guess the last one I'll talk about was Jasmine Sullivan. I'll bust the windows at your car.
now, to me, that's definitely toxic. You talking about damaging property and Miss Devin. I know.
I'm just saying that was my anthem when it came out. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Come on here, Angela Bassett. Don't be burning nobody cob. And again, and listen, I'm gonna tell you, I was talking to a few people about this, earlier, just trying to figure out. I didn't know what it was, and so it's like it's just like black people. Oh, that's they labeled it our culture, black culture. No other music. I said, girl, you lying? I said, have you listened to country music?
Oh yeah,
come on now,
no doubt,
that's pretty depressing.
For sure.
Yeah.
It's alcohol and antidepressants across the board. That's what.
And cheating and all this. I said, girl, you ain't. When the last time you listened to some country? I said, you must ain't never listened to no country, because half of that music is like you said. It just takes you to a place where you just want to go drink, and you don't even drink.
Right.
Like it's man, the women be singing, and then they got the nerve to try to make music behind it, and they can't play, and so it's just like whatever. So, well. All right, y'all. Just so y'all know, we've been damaged. We've been toxified, and I apologize. I mean, I guess we're gonna have to wait. No, we can't even do Disney music because they have some bad. Okay, anyway, we just doomed, right? So, all right, y'all. That's toxic R&B. But where we got? Speaking of toxic, Lord have mercy. Ladies and gentlemen, Mike Tyson. We know he had kids. Now I didn't know he had a daughter this old. I don't. This not from. Did him and
no, Robbie Gibbons had no kids.
No.
Okay. Okay. There must have been some of the women that she got mad about him being with. Maybe I don't know.
Probably.
Okay. So he had a daughter. I don't know how old she is. I'll just say for the sake of the conversation, she is pretty hefty. I'll let Black articulate a little bit better than that.
No.
Okay. I mean, Black, give me a good word. What is she?
She's a booger bear. Let's just be honest.
Okay,
that's an old school term.
Okay, well, so he says this. He wants to offer anybody $10 million to propose and marry his daughter. Now, I've heard of some really strange. I've heard of proposing to people for the sake of the bag, but your daddy do it. I know arranged marriages can happen, but to add to the problem, it's Mike's daughter. Now, listen, we want to talk about relationships and putting folks together. I know you ain't gonna think that y'all ain't gonna have no problems, man. You're gonna have to get you a beta man, because that's the only way you're gonna be able to marry somebody and then keep both the girl and Mike happy. Because I'd rather get in the ring with Mike, at least around for 10 million, and try to spend the rest of my life with his daughter. But I mean, I know this ain't new, but when you plug in these people, Kenny, like, ain't nobody doing that, are they?
Somebody gonna be his son-in-law. I looked at the picture of him, had me looking in my wallet like, this might be a proposition for me at this point.
She ain't got but one time to call her daddy on you, boy. It's over.
But she ain't gonna have to call him, because I'm gonna be on my best behavior. She ain't gonna have to call him. He ain't gonna be biting my ear off. Ain't no more ears, so it's all good.
All right.
I saw a picture of him. I'm like,
it's worth it.
At this point, $10 million. What the hell I got to lose? The hell I got to lose at this point?
I just have to see. I have to see the contract, man. I don't know what's gonna be in that contract. But Devin, do you take a man serious if that's the proposition?
I think it's sad. Yeah. It's really sad. It's sad. It's insulting. It's insulting to his daughter, and I just think it highlights the toxic relationship and the bad father he's been to her. Like, no matter how ugly your kid is, you ain't supposed to tell him that. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Y'all know, you know, not your own kid. You be like, oh, baby, that outfit is cute today. You know, your hair is nice. Like, you don't tell her she ugly. You make her think she's beautiful, and then tell her somebody's gonna love her for who she is. And arranged marriage just don't work like that. Somebody's supposed to pay him. It ain't the other way around. So I mean, I don't know. It's kind of insulting. I think if she didn't have low self-esteem and wasn't messed up mentally, she is now. Because that's kind of mean.
Albert said he really want her out the house. I don't know who got the bigger problem, him or her. So I don't know, but I think we got a picture. Brittany, if you got a picture, put it up.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, cause see. Oh, no, my bad. See, I didn't get a good look at that picture. No, sir. No, I would rather eat out the soup line than to marry her. No, I'm good where I'm at. No,
listen,
but you can lose weight. It ain't like the girl super ugly. She can lose weight.
Devin, did you just see the picture?
I know you on your iPad, but maybe you didn't see it that way. Listen. I know she got some paddle boats for them eyebrows, honey. She can get you out in it,
man.
Water with them.
Okay, right. My bad.
Black, take your hit one time and go and let me have it. What you think about this moment?
I don't have a problem with it in the world. The truth of the matter is, it's been done by kings and queens. Rich people do it.
Hey, man,
we're gonna sit here and pretend that Paris Hilton is attractive, and some of these other people, they skinny and ugly, but they rich and famous. And this is spoken from a fat black man himself. I done slept with way worse than that, and now you want to offer me some money to be with her? I don't have a problem with it in the world. It happens all the time. Lil Wayne's daughter, she ain't no queen. She's Lil Wayne's daughter.
Right.
And as you said, the girl can lose some weight. But my thing is, she's not attractive, and he's trying to ensure her happiness and security. And even though you're right, Miss Devin, it's sad, but it's a sign of the time. When we got shows like Who Wants to Marry a Millionaire and Fall in Love at First Sight, we're going to sit here and pretend that relationships or marriages in 2022 is based on love? Hell no. You know, right now there's 100 dudes laying on a mattress on the floor with a woman that look just like that because it's about to get cold and she got food stamps and she got roaches too, and they with her musty fat ass right now.
Just ready to go to the store get one of them T-bones, huh?
Oh,
Man, well, you know, you make good sense, Black, with all the dating shows. You right. But listen,
you right. Yeah.
I'm gonna just give a word of advice to the homie. Listen, make sure the check clear, and then be a runaway groom.
Not for Mike Tyson.
Well, you know, Mike got that money because he in that cannabis industry, so he making that bread, so the check gonna clear.
Yeah, it's going. Yeah, I'm just saying, just check that app. If it's there, man, just hit the door running, Doc. See if you got that 4-4 speed, because Mike gonna gun you down. But all right, y'all. I think it is. Again, you can. We'll move on, but I'm just saying this. I think it is some type of normalcy there, but I don't think it's normal to project it publicly like that. That's
right.
Weird.
Yeah,
true.
I agree with
Very
that.
true.
Definitely.
Yeah, just do it in private, bro.
Right.
I mean, I know people do it, but do it in private, bro. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, ma'am. I saw what we got next, my brother. He got a good one too, y'all. Brother Kenny, man, let us know what's going on in these sports.
Thanks, Brother Brenton. Real quick, I got to give a Cowboys update, Miss Devin. Y'all are up 6-3 right now, going into almost halftime. So Cowboys doing their thing. So we're going to get right down to the meat and potatoes. You know, NFL, we had that, all that. But, man, we all know what the talk of the sports world has been the last few days. Boston Celtics suspended coach Ime Udoka for a relationship, according to them, that was consensual with a Celtic female staff member.
Thank you, man.
Now, according to Sham Charania with The Athletic, some members of the Celtics organization became aware of this relationship back in July, and an investigation began. And at that time, it believed to be consensual. Well, the female staff member in the last couple of weeks said that Udoka was making unwanted comments toward her, lending to the team to launch an internal investigation. They hired an outside law firm to do that, and then they came to the conclusion to suspend Udoka for a year. The staff member, according to all reports, has not been suspended, even though company policy said that there should be no one in this organization to fraternize with one another, but Udoka was the only one suspended. And if you don't know, Udoka's fiance was or is, don't know at this point, Nia Long. And word came out a couple of days ago. Matter of fact, a day ago, TMZ reported that Miss Long had just moved to Boston 2 weeks ago for her fiance, and the woman that Udoka was smashing was the ones that was actually like booking her flights to when she was coming into town for Celtics games and whatnot. All right, guys, morning team. This is a heavy one. I know my brother Black. I'm gonna say you for last, Black. Miss Devin, what's your whole thoughts on this whole situation?
Of course, being a female, I'm upset of the humiliation that would have come to Nia as a result of this, because now that lady's never been in the media or problematic or had any type of drama, nothing like that associated with her. She pop up every now and then on the movie, and then she disappear again. I didn't even know the woman was engaged. They had like a spiritual wedding, but not legal. I didn't know they had a kid. I didn't know none of her business. And now everything we know about her association is like this. And she moved there 2 weeks ago. She didn't know about this till it blew up. And I just think it's trash. I wish we would get to a place in this world where if people wanted relationships that were open and wanted to do what they want, they would just be honest. But I know how they work with men. But I just wish there was a lot more honesty and transparency, and like at least to where this woman's not humiliated when something like this comes to her. I don't know. And I also don't even like that it was put out in the media, because I believe there's a lot more scandals in that world where people are doing things like that and we don't hear about it. So I don't know why his had to come out and, for it to be associated with her. I think it's trash.
Yeah. I got a problem with the way the Celtics handled this whole thing, but anyway, Brother Brenton, what's your take on this?
Yeah, I smell hypocrisy. Because listen, somebody's doing something right now in the NBA. Come on, y'all.
Yeah.
This is
Right,
not
it ain't nothing
new.
new.
Okay. Now, what fool cheats on Nia? Well, I mean, again, I can't. You only can see what you see on TV, right? So, I don't know what this woman really like. But at the same time, I mean, these guys are around women all the time. So I don't, and these women, some of these women want to trap these dudes. So I'm just not sure. Matt Barnes got on here and started tripping on the dude, but then he retracted.
He had to retract it.
Yeah, because he said what he found out was kind of jacked up, and I'm like, what are you dudes hearing that is not probably par for the course? I don't understand. Like, maybe if not all, majority of the businessmen that are associated in the NBA, somebody's doing something. I mean, y'all, come on, really? So, but he got to be the one that we teach the lesson to. Okay. All right, yeah, okay, whatever. This is not the first scandal in the NBA, and this show. Listen, as many of them ball players having babies with all they go so far to even make a show called Basketball Wives, and ain't none of them hardly married to the basketball players. I don't understand what is the frustration. I mean, he did something immoral. I don't take that from him, but y'all need to start doing some cleaning some house. Y'all gonna do this again? I smell hypocrisy. But go ahead, brother. That's what I got.
Go ahead, Brother Black. What's your thoughts on this whole situation?
That's my problem with it from the very beginning. I love what you said, Sister Devin, how this is so devastating for Nia Long. She had nothing to do with this, and so now her name is, she's collateral damage. Just by simply being in a relationship with him, and she's caught in a cycle where now her name's being brought up in connection with this. But when did we get to a place where we're regulating and the moral police is coming out? Because it's okay for owners to sleep with subordinates. We see it happen with your precious Cowboys. We see my precious Patriots. Robert Kraft can be with somebody. They can engage in the most unseemly behavior, and it kind of goes away. What was it about this man that he did something that was so egregious, and to your point, Brother Brenton, that it's known that this happens all the time? You know what I'm saying? And so here's where I very rarely do I agree with Stephen A. Smith. Here's where I agree with his take on it. We're not talking about whether he was innocent. I'm not waving his. Clearly, he did something that was wrong. But the fact that he was singled out alone and put on Front Street when it was stated unequivocally that it was a consensual relationship, but she was allowed to hide in the wings. Once again, the Maury Povich syndrome, I call it. And then now she wants to come forward and say that it was unwanted. But did you hear the latest today that it was discovered by a Ring camera? Her husband on the Ring camera heard the conversation. But it's amazing how now you can pull back because you get to do that. I'm going to talk about this on my segment. But I'm just disgusted in the fact that we selectively pick and choose which morals we want to put on a higher plateau. When last time I checked, a sin is a sin is a sin. Yes, and that's the problem I have with it, that we elevate certain things to a certain level. You can kill somebody or get in an accident and get suspended for half a season, but this man had consensual sex. And he's gone for a year. And it's worse than the fact that they just suspended for the year. Effectively, they're killing his name.
Yeah, they're killing
this
his
is
career.
The thing.
Yeah.
Because had you fired him, he could have easily found another job.
That's right.
Just
you see what
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. I got a problem with the
you could have suspended him without us even knowing all those salacious details.
Right.
But the fact that you made it public and you suspended him for a year while he's under contract, you have him in a no-win situation where he's caught between a rock and a hard place. And he can't win because he can't speak out about it. You know,
Yeah, they
and
could have split
effectively you're
amicably.
killing his bigger than his salary. What you're killing is you're killing his name. It's character assassination.
Boy.
And you're right, Black, and that's why I was going. You know, with the Celtics organization, I just got a problem. This should have never got out to the media. This should have been an in-house thing where y'all did what you did. If it's the policy of the organization that you don't fraternize, you suspend him, but you don't suspend her. I mean, okay, where do you do that at? I mean, that's my problem. You suspend both parties. You know, actually, you should fire him. If you saying all this, he done all this egregious stuff, just fire him.
But
you know, he can't come back to the Celtics. He can't come back to the Celtics. He can't work there no more. That's not. He can't do that. So why y'all suspended him? Now you hijacking him. He can't work. Again, we're not condoning his actions by no means. I don't want no women to misconstrue this. He was wrong in what he did, but the Celtics organization didn't do justice by either one of these people. One of them is basically been he's been cast out to die. I'm being a little extreme, but you know what I mean. Not to cast out to die, but he can't move around. Where this other employee, I'm sure she's still free to go there. And to type it off, allegedly her husband is a VP in the Celtics organization.
That's the problem. Yeah,
there you go.
So
that's the problem.
So,
but you know what?
They got them over a barrel. So there you have it. So Anyway, back to you, Brenton. You can finish off.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell y'all this, man, for real. Just the nuances of what life is today in 2022. I'm gonna put one of my boys on notice. LeBron, they really wanted this to be you.
I agree. I agree.
Because I'm gonna tell you, just the way this is playing out, like you said, they could have split amicably. I don't even know if I'm saying it right, but they could have split with
you said it right.
As discreet as they've done in the past with other. I mean, and let people just have their way. But they wanted Bron. They want Bron. That's what this is just a notice that we'll make sure you boys get right back in your place. So you know that's real. Again, we don't race bait, but listen, when you see you just call it like you see it. So before we move on, I just saw Miss Toria's post about her sister.
I saw that.
And ma'am, my condolences. I am a believer, and so I do pray for your family, and thank you for being on. That really means more to me now, even in times past, because of what you're going through. So prayers and thoughts are with you all. I wish we could do something for you if at all possible. If we could get information to you guys, and at least send some flowers or something to your family on behalf of this show and our network. If you would allow us to do that, please. She will live in my heart now. Amen, my sister. All right.
God bless you.
Amen.
Hearts out.
Bless you.
Yes. Thank you. Please. All right, ma'am. So what we got next? Oh, the new y'all know what the itis is, right? That's when you eat and you get real sleepy, right? And so normally that comes around Thanksgiving or any holiday that you're enjoying. You eat so much good food and you get, well, this is 2022, y'all. And I'll just ask this question. What's your favorite chicken dinner? Black, you love food. What's your favorite chicken dinner?
Marry me chicken. It's one of my go-to dishes when I want to impress somebody. And I've just posted marry me salmon. I've changed it up, but it's to die for.
I need that recipe then. Kenny, what's your go-to chicken dish?
Shoot, man. You just called me Colonel Sanders because I love all kind of chicken, but my favorite chicken it's probably I like grilled chicken breast.
Okay,
I really like grilled chicken breast.
All right. Yeah. Well, listen, Mike Tyson's daughter's available. If you okay, I'm sorry.
No.
That look like there's about a 10 piece. That's like about 10 pieces up there.
No, thank you.
Okay, Brittany said hers is chicken tetrazzini. Yes, ma'am. You're welcome. Thank you so much. Victoria said chicken Marcella or fried. I know that's right.
Okay.
Devin, what's yours?
Okay.
Well, since I've been here, there's a restaurant close to me that's got some bomb stewed chicken. It's so good. It's called stewed chicken. It's like a Jamaican jerk chicken. It's really good.
You so I don't even know why I want no bomb chicken.
Yeah.
It's trying to be funny. Get all that junk. I ain't back where I'm at. Where you at? Okay, anyway. Okay, well, listen, y'all. Right. Well, listen, y'all know that commercial TikTok showed me. Well, guess what TikTok doing, you big dummies? They want y'all to now make chicken with NyQuil. And listen, y'all, it's gotten so bad that the FDA has to issue an advisory that people do not cook chicken with NyQuil. I mean, are we that dumb as a human race?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
Are we?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
I would never.
Dumb as a box of rocks.
And I mean, somebody gonna eat it too. Oh man, I don't know what this is, but
sad.
Nah, Britt. He said that to me. She said she forgot about jerk chicken. Okay, yeah. So yeah. Well, I'm just saying that people are really slow and they dumb. And so they had a video, and again, y'all, I've seen those videos where people make like they doing something. Yeah, very much so, man. Right? So where they try to act like they cooking a meal, but then they doing all kinds of dumb stuff with the food. And I just think it's one of these moments, but that's a shame that the FDA has to literally come out and tell people, hey, don't do that.
Don't be dumb.
And to Taraya's comment, actually 3 kids did try it. I don't know if they were Caucasian kids, but a school district here in Texas had to send out a press release.
Okay.
And tell these parents there's this thing going on TikTok where they cooking chicken with NyQuil. Make sure you watching your children and all this. But yeah, it has some stupid kids have done that.
Kenny, now that you say that, I remember they do these challenges all the time, right?
Yeah, right.
Hold your breath in and push it, and then put stuff on your arm and set your arm on fire. So you're right. They are that stupid. So, good job, FDA. You're just trying to save idiots, but I don't know if you're saving them because they're just going. I remember that time I showed that video about that sheep. We pulled the sheep out, and then he just jumped right back into the.
right, exactly.
That's just how these fools are. They just gonna wait on the next dumb thing to try. So
stupid and stupid does.
Yeah, I think it's a good effort, but they're gonna do something else stupid. So good luck with trying to keep them out of trouble. So yeah, whatever. All right, so that's the new itis for 2022 for the TikTokers that like to do their thing, but I ain't eating it, so you better watch it. Yeah,
no sir.
Yeah. All right, man. Where we go? Well, you done got the sister up there. All right, listen, y'all. She is all the way on another side of town, but she still had the opportunity to dig in somebody's business. So man, you went and had to go get this one really far. So who business you in today?
Oh, we lost the audio.
Muted.
You're muted. We can't hear you, Devin.
Okay, y'all know I'm living my best life minding my business. And then I ran across the Jasmine brand while chilling in the jacuzzi, and she reported that Michael Jordan's son Marcus is confirmed to be dating Scottie Pippen's ex-wife, Larsa Pippen. And I remember about a week ago, someone said they saw him in the restaurant, and I was like, y'all just probably in these folks' business. That's like his auntie, and they probably just still have a relationship from when Scottie and Michael played together. And then today I'm hearing that they're actually dating. And I just really wanted to know, really wanted to know what y'all thought about this one. Brenton, what do you think about that one? Is that weird?
In the words of Jada, it's an entanglement. That's what this is. It's an entanglement. And in the words of Jerry Jones, 1 + 1 = 3. These are, ladies and gentlemen, what we call billionaire problems. Right? It's when you got so much money that you just tired of fooling with whatever. This may be something that his daddy and them could have bet something, and then hey, you remember when Scotty was talking about me on the thing, man? Go knock it, back. It's just something stupid. I don't. Well, I will say this: it's really amazing how intertwined we are as human beings when the internet came, because you got rich fools, you got broke fools, you just got fools all over the place, and they really just do all kinds of things. What's up, Miss Karina? Good to see you. Did y'all tell my boy Lamb happy birthday? We did. It was yesterday.
Yeah, it was yesterday. He got his born day love yesterday.
Yeah, we did. Okay, very good. Thank you, ma'am. So yeah, that's that's big money problem. So but it's just still raunchy at the end of the day. Sleep with your homeboy's ex girl. I mean, your daddy's homeboy ex girl. That almost sounds like a Bible story. But I'll move on.
No, if we reversed it, Black, do you think everybody would still be like, if it was Scottie Pippen dating Michael's daughter?
I think it would still be. I think it would be still a thing, actually. But for me, I love it. I'm here for all of this, all of this messiness, because this is what you call divine karma. Scottie Pippen has been on a tear against MJ. Now, you waited all these years and retired, and you want to come back and retroactively talk about how bad it was to play with the greatest player that ever played a game.
Yes, sir.
You carried him, and you've been taking this man's name through the dirt. With all due respect, MJ ain't said a word because he has too much to lose to even comment on it. He's a billionaire. He's widely considered the greatest to ever play the game. He has nothing to gain whatsoever by engaging you in that effery and foolishness. I said that's for you, Kenny. Having said that, I bet you Michael Jordan is smoking his stogie, knowing that his son has beat the brakes off Pippen's wife. And I'm a fat old man now. I hate that my son like to suck sticks, because if I can convince him to cross back over, I will set him up against all them nasty 50 no goods that did me wrong, and now to beat the mamas, and he can beat the daughters. God bless him. I'm here for all of that smoke. Yes, I am.
Lordy, I'm glad I'm going to you last, Kenny. So you can clean it up for us.
But y'all always put me behind that.
Clean it up, kid. Clean it up.
I'm the cleanup man.
Hide your kids. Hide your mamas.
You know what? This is the ultimate G move, I would say. And I'm not talking about Marcus. I'm talking about Larsa Pippen. Because what better way than to get back at your ex than to smash the dude that actually made you? That if it wasn't for him, you wouldn't have made 3 figures, $100 million. Yes, you write your little book last November. You go on your little book tour, degrading him and saying all this, being ungrateful, Mr. Scottie Pippen. But guess what? That ex-wife got a little something for you. Yeah, you know how I'm gonna make you feel some type of way? Yeah, I'm gonna mess with the boy, the guy that you've been disrespecting, that actually helped us buy this house that we were living in that I took from you. Yeah, that's how I'm gonna get back at you. Right. The women, I'm gonna tell you who's the biggest pimps, and people don't know. Women are the biggest pimps because they know how to get back at you. And I say, well played, Larsa Pippen. Well played.
Bravo.
Yeah, Bama. Scotty wrote a whole book about Mike. Bravo. And it talk bad to him. So yeah, they got problems. Go ahead, man.
Well, I'm a wish her the best, because I know she in her 40s, and I don't know how these girls be cougaring with these young folks. I don't have the time. I'm not listening to this trash music and going to see the baby and dealing with all that food. I'm not doing TikToks. I just don't have time. So I wish her the best. I hope her knees are strong, and I hope she gets the money out of it, because I don't know, but I just hope he don't call her auntie no more. That's all I'm thinking. But anyway, well, then again, they might roll me like that.
Right. Get this thing, nephew. Get this thing.
Oh my goodness. Yikes.
Well, all right, auntie. I'm gonna let you have it, and I'm gonna go back to minding my own business.
My goodness. Oh man, she says I agree. Kendrick plus his ex-wife is making $10,000 a month on her OnlyFans.
She getting that bread.
She bad though.
She not. Black China making what they say 20 million a month. OnlyFans 10,000.
I'm not surprised at the money. I'm just talking about she one of them girls Black know filthy nasty no good.
Oh, she doing the damn thing. A Future bragged on his song that he beat her while she was with Pippen.
All right.
Let's move on.
That chick.
Oh my goodness, where's Corinthians when you need it? Where's the Corinthians when you need them? Come on, man. Oh my goodness, just one big orgy around here, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, y'all. Y'all have fun. Y'all passing more than balls around, ain't y'all? Okay, come on. What we got next? Speaking of that, man, look how I just worked this thing out. Listen, speaking of all the passing around.
Wow, what a segue. What a segue.
I did that on accident too. That's funny. So speaking of STDs in 2022, thank you, Miss Pippen and Mr. Lil Jordan. So apparently you clowns are spreading more and more STDs. What'd you say? But Pippen's ex making off her
feet. Oh, okay.
Feet.
She's
on her back.
On her back is what she's talking about.
No. She may be making on. Okay, I don't know.
You talking about on her back.
I'm not finna try to translate. I can't because I'll get in trouble and I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna go about my business. She said China's showing it all. Yeah, well, she better for $1 million. So anyway, so listen, apparently there's been a research done by the Bay State Medical Center, and apparently since the monkeypox crisis, there's a quietly creeping surge on STDs. So it says the two outbreaks have distinct yet overlapping causes, including people engaging in more risky behavior. We done heard enough today, right? After being cooped up for so long in the pandemic, as well as a decline in condom use. Okay. As more people take medication that can reduce their risk for contracting HIV. The doctor says, I've never seen as much syphilis as I've seen now. Dr. Weslowski says, in an infectious disease specialist in UMass, for the last 27 years, she hadn't seen it this bad. So I'm not asking if anybody has STDs. I'm just saying, like, I don't even know what to ask.
I love watching you.
Yeah. You stuck on. Hey, you stuck in that parking place by yourself.
Man, I don't. Okay, I know it's true. Listen, if y'all ain't got nothing to say, we can just move on.
I got something to say.
I know you do, but I don't want to start with you because I'm. Devin, Kenny, do y'all have something to add to this?
This is what I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna go a little professional on this because I try to throw hints to like my children and stuff about me seeing a lot more positive tests like coming through my job, and a lot of people who are straight, at least straight presenting, or coming up with HIV, and I don't think they're saying anything. They still dropping it low and spreading it wide all around the town. And so I don't know about the syphilis and all of that, but I do know that I've seen a lot of it happening, and I don't know what's going on. And I didn't know people would be. Well, I guess people are just lenient now. Nobody cares, but. I have to say, these young folks, some of them think fat meat ain't greasy. We'll just say that.
That's right. I don't even think that's an STD, fat greasy meat. But, I'm really getting in trouble with these. Okay, come on, Kenny. I don't.
I'm actually kind of surprised that the numbers have gotten, has skyrocketed because I felt like, once the pandemic did hit, I thought people were becoming a little bit more cautious, or at least we were. From the first year or so, I think a lot of people were cautious about everything, about washing their hands and all that. So you mean to tell me you ain't cautious about?
We were pretty nasty in the 90s now.
They was covering their mouth and they were washing their hands, but they wasn't washing their penis and covering their penis.
Yeah, that's what I was. See, obviously they weren't. That's why these doggone numbers then shot out the roof. So I was kind of shocked when I read this article. Like, yo, everybody, okay. Hey man, again, Brent out. Hey man,
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Y'all put a helmet on your soldier, fellas. Y'all put a helmet on your soldier.
Player. This is what I'm trying to say. And I'm finna let him loose. But this is what I'm finna say to y'all. Listen, we was pretty raunchy in them 80s and 90s.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
You know what I'm saying? And now I think just the internet has just made it just worse. I will say this because I've been married for 15 years now, so that ain't nothing I want to do. But had I been exposed to the amount of I may have turned into Lee Black.
Oh, do you know? Oh man.
Had I had the exposure that these people have now, listen, brother. I was definitely not a New Orleans Saint. So, so I get why it is, and so okay, Black. Go ahead, y'all. Listen, hide your kids. Just
no, I'm gonna be so serious, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, and I'm being serious about this. Not surprised in the least.
100.
Right here in Atlanta, the CDC had already warned us right here in Atlanta how prevalent it is, and I'm giving you guys real life here. I started when I brought back the inception of my show, Real Talk for Real Men. I came on and I told people that the very first episode, I was like, men are from Mars, women from Venus. I don't understand what's going on out here. I saw the trend way back and I knew it was time for me to get out of the game, so to speak, because of what was happening out here. It's a combination of things. This newer generation, they don't fear STDs like we did. So while you're right, Brother Brenton, that we've done our nasty things, but it was a different level and we had a better level of hygiene even too. Now it's no holds barred. Everybody's sleeping with everybody and they don't fear death because now we're living with AIDS. See, in my generation, you was dying with AIDS.
Wow.
Now nobody fears HIV. You take your meds and you keep going. And I'm glad of that. I'm glad that we've got to that point, but that's what's driving the prevalence of unprotected sex. And then you add to that, this younger generation, they live by the code of YOLO. You only live once. Half of them don't expect to get to be 40 years old, 50. They want everything right now. Yeah. And so you got one big major concoction driving conditions, and I'm just grateful to sit here with you guys because I had STDs 4 times back to back. And that's what woke me up. Now, thank God it wasn't syphilis or anything like that, a little bit of penicillin cleared me up, but it also cleared me up here to okay, I see this coming. And it ain't, even when I moved here, it's not cool being no 50-something-year-old man sitting in the clinic with a lot of nameless, faceless holes, and you don't know where you got this stuff from. And I give one little last caveat. Next month is Gay Pride Month here in Atlanta. So when I say to you people, every hole gonna be plugged, every hole, male and female, gonna be plugged. That's why I keep my fat black ass in the house.
Oh, well, if only it could help the hurricane that's coming, but I don't think that's gonna fix that problem, right? So, okay.
Oh boy.
All right. Boy. Well, listen, y'all. Kenny said it. Y'all do your best. He said my son is stationed in ATL. I told him to be careful, and his battle buddy said, "Okay, we good. That AIDS
stuff is for y'all."
That's what they think.
Until they
please tell your son don't listen to his whoever that dude is.
Battle dummy, please.
Yeah,
by all means. Yeah,
come on,
that's ignorant. Mm-mm. All right, what we got next, man? Oh yeah. All right. This hit home for a few of our. Oh, and Black wants to show y'all his. What did you call it? Marry Me Chicken.
It's a dish called Marry Me Chicken. Look it up on the internet. It will become a staple in your household. And I switched it and I make it with salmon. The chicken is fantastic. Both of them is top notch. But I made this Sunday. I put salmon. I substituted salmon for the chicken.
Ooh, man,
that looks good.
I know.
Yeah, that's good. That definitely looks good.
Yes, wow.
Salmon, potatoes, mushrooms, crushed dried red peppers, and spinach.
Oh yeah. Wow. Oh, that sounds heavenly.
Yeah, man. y'all may want to get an STD after you eat that from him. Like,
man, there you go.
no, just
hey, because he sure know how to contract it. He sure know how to get him.
Well, at least he'll feed you before you get it, right?
True.
You know I love you. I'm just messing around. He said, I have 3 grandsons in college. I always talk to them about wrapping it up. Please do. They get so embarrassed when I talk to them about it, but I still tell them anyway. Yes, ma'am. I understand. Yep. She said, I'm going to try that, Mr. Black. Sounds good. Yeah. I think we all gonna do it too. All right, man. Where we at? Yeah, danger of minimum wage. So my boy Kenny put on gave us a story about a young man who talked about it's if you are making below $25 an hour. Now I don't know what city he come from with all this, but he said it's danger. And at first I became alarmed when I looked at it because I was like, man, what's the danger finna be? But ultimately, what the danger was is that you will live paycheck to paycheck. I said, oh boy, we've been doing it all our life. We've been doing that all our life. Man,
that's the truth.
Listen, man, that's why our parents and our parents' was always staying in them churches because listen, they didn't know how they were gonna make it from one day to the next. And so the best advice I can offer anybody, listen, if you live in paycheck to paycheck, well, you better make sure you at that church every time the door's open. I'm just teasing, but I'm just saying that's how they made it through, right? Just having hope. So we're talking about people that it's a really interesting balance because if you're very low income, well, you get assistance from the government. If you're really high, well, you don't need nothing. It's that fine middle you're just trying to make it, but yet at the same time, so it's just interesting. So I don't know if you just he ain't just never been around people who live paycheck to paycheck, but it ain't that bad. You know, you do a lot of window shopping and, you may even steal a couple things here and there, but right.
And it got it piqued my eye, obviously, because I can definitely relate. And we right on the cusp. I know people saying it's not, man, we're in a recession.
Oh, 100.
Inflation is going up, food is going up. Rent is skyrocketing. Then they said that you can look for some more layoffs coming. I was just reading today that the unemployment. So when you see
and you know why that is though, because Jay Powell wants to stop inflation, and he said the casualty or the casualty of this war is going to be unemployment. But he don't care. So because he said you got to cut the inflation down. So it's collateral damage is what I meant to say. So well.
So the thing is, man, you got to figure out a way to make multiple streams of income. Yes. I mean that you just have to figure out what your gift is and what your talent, and just go for it. At this point, that's all you can do.
Yep. Well, I mean, what you say, man? I just got a new job. Them jokes turned off my stamps. Oh, them jokers turned off.
Oh yeah. They gonna do that. Yeah,
you can't come up and then try to come up. So
that's right.
It just ain't gonna happen. So it is what it is. But all right, Devin Black, y'all got something on this?
Nah, he just don't know nobody broke. So
that's it. Yeah, that's all. Po Tink, you just don't. Yeah, you just ain't been around a few of your trailer park friends. So, feel free to go by there. They'll show you how they do it. All right, where we at, man? Best part of the show, ladies and gentlemen, Lee Black and all his smoke. We're gonna holler at you about Me Too, Locked and Loaded.
Locked and loaded in the Glock gun.
Yes,
so look, once again, the organic beauty of this show rears its head because I don't look at the topics and I pick it based on what's going on. So I want to talk about a little bit more about the Emi Udoka story. But what made this topic particularly beautiful as it unfolded on this show, right from the outset of Tiffany Haddish story, and then we talked about Mike Tyson and Brianna, and it just drove itself. And what was so cool, Kenny, when you was talking about Emi Udoka's story, the last one of the things you says, well, you did a little aside, and you probably didn't even realize, well, I don't want you ladies to think I'm not saying he's guilty. Do you know why you have to say that now as a man? because Me Too has become weaponized.
Yep.
And that's so sad because we're so far away from this original purpose. Really quickly, when this story broke, the young lady, Malika Andrews, she reported,
ESPN.
she was quick to report that even though they were going to replace Emeka with Joe Mazzulla, on live TV, she said, I'll quote, "We'd be remiss not to also mention that Mazzulla was arrested twice in West Virginia, once in 2008 for underage drinking and aggravated assault. He pled guilty, paid a fine, and then again in 2009 for domestic battery after an incident at a Morgantown bar. The domestic battery case never went to trial. It was settled in August of 2009. He paid a $100 fine in court costs, plus had to do 40 hours of community service. Now, that was 13 years ago. He settled and paid both fines." Folks, why was it necessary to put that man's business all out there?
Thank you.
Somebody explain that to me.
I don't understand it either.
It was completely unnecessary.
Yeah.
And then she went a step further and called in live on Stephen A. Smith show and checked him, him, and he put her in her place and said, "Not on my show," because she was insinuating that he was saying he's against something against women, when in fact he was basically saying if they're both guilty, why not put them both out there? So I bring this up
equal
to say,
opportunity, man. Come on.
And that's really what it comes down to. But we've come to a place where we've gone so far down this slippery slope. And I want to say this to my Black sisters, all jokes aside, because I've stated before how much I truly love you. We're in this battle with you. We're not the enemy. Yep. And every time we say something that might be a little bit negative about women, that's not an excuse to weaponize womanhood against us. You know, if anything, the whole idea was supposed to be treating you as equals. So guess what? We all make mistakes. We're all wrong. And I just ask for equal treatment and unload your guns. You know, you don't have to play the card every time something negative happens with the woman, because women can be monsters just like men. They can be tyrants just like men. They can be lecherous just like men. They can be all of the things that we are. That don't mean we love women any less. So you don't have to weaponize the Me Too movement. It's doing enough damage on its own, and I fear irreparably to what's going to happen to men and women. You're creating a chasm so far that F Mars and Venus, you're in a whole nother universe, and we better catch it now. And I'm talking to my people. We got enough problems on our own. A house divided cannot stand. We got to get it together, people.
Yes, sir. And ladies and gentlemen, he is still coherent. So he meant every word he said. My man Black. Y'all, listen, it has been a fantastic show today. Thank y'all for all that you do to bring entertainment, education to your people. Ladies and gentlemen, it is final thoughts time. And Kenny, we're going to start with you, my brother.
Again, another show. We knocked it out the park. To my team, to my fam. My final thoughts is I don't know if y'all heard about this DJ Academics. I don't know if y'all heard the story this week when he called the old school rapper pioneers, called him Dusty. I don't know if he said the old school. Yeah. But yeah, and LL Cool J, Russell Simmons, and Willie D, they all responded. And I just want to say this to the younger generation. Stop disrespecting those that paved the way for you to make money the way you can make money. As far as DJ Academics, you're making money off of what? Art form. Hip hop. Who made this possible? The Cool Hercs, the Grandmaster Flashes, the Curtis Blows, the LLs, the Russell Simmons. They came before you and laid the foundation so you can get on air and you can speak and you can be part of it and add something to it. So I said all to say this to even just young people in general, the younger generation. Don't disrespect the older generation, because you know what? One day you're going to be old and somebody may call you Dusty. Remember that.
Spoken like a champ. Yes, sir. Madam, thank you so much. You are the most dedicated person today, and I appreciate it.
I am. Dedication.
I know that's right, honey. You better take it, honey. All right, let me know your final thoughts. We'll get you out of here.
I just kind of want to piggyback off of that. I think that's this generation. They're just a disrespectful generation in general. And I just think that at some point should no longer be accepted because, because of course LL Cool J and all that, that's my folks, but I would never imagine hearing them be disrespectful to any of the ones before them, even the Commodores of Earth, Wind, and Fire. They still put those people on a pedestal whenever they get an opportunity. So I don't know what needs to happen for this generation to be more disrespectful. Be more respectful to the elders and pay homage to people the way we always have. But somehow we have to start normalizing that and making people feel like they're wrong when they say things that are inappropriate, like the ones before them are dusty. It's just stupid to me.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
Right.
Yes,
and I
thank
also
you.
want to say that I missed Jermaine Dupri leaving this resort earlier. And I'm so mad at myself because I knew that looked like his little short ass running past me with that Alto Def jacket on. And I ran to security and I said, did I just miss Jermaine Dupri? And they were like, yeah. And then I looked on his Instagram and he's taking all the same pictures as me at this resort. And I missed his little butt. I just want to say I'm upset with that because my man fell in the jacuzzi and his wrist was hurt. And I missed him and I was pissed off because he fell and I didn't get to take a picture with Jermaine Dupri.
Well.
Wow. Okay. Well, thank you.
Well, damn.
Well,
Thank you.
listen. Just push him back in the water and go on. All right.
Tell her put some eyes on it. Put some eyes on it, and then some eyes and kept it moving.
Yes. Thank you, Miss Toria, for that. Please, y'all. We tried our best to give y'all what we got, y'all. But she said, please make sure to hit like and share to your social media. I shared it is a great show. And we want new people to join. Please, exactly. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss.
Thank you.
And preferably those that don't have STDs. All right. So, thank you.
Hey, if they itching, it ain't my problem. They can itch alone. It's not my problem.
Yeah. It's something. All right, Black. Give me your final thoughts, bro.
You know what? I'm going to make a clean sweep and close out on the subject Brother Kenny brought up because I think it's an important one to remember. Never before in human history do I feel like, in my short lifetime, is the very survival of blackness, at its lowest, at its biggest threat for, being wiped away culturally. And what's sad is that in many cases it's coming from our own people. In many cases, how we're disrespecting those that came before us. Now, I'm not here to bash on young people because the plain truth of it, we need you as much as you need us, So I'm just implore you guys, and I'm talking to even, my knuckleheads, don't throw away everything that's traditional. Everything that old don't mean that it's bad. You guys might, if you're lucky, you might live to get old one day. Mm-hmm. But I say this all the time about America. We're not creating anything and inventing anything new. And so for you younger generation, you guys need to realize that it's being left in your hands. And if you're not proper caretakers, we all in so much trouble. So we need you to definitely be a lot more respectful and let us in a little bit more. You can learn some things from us because, we're in a crazy place right now. And especially for my people in particular, we need to make some moves now because we heading in the wrong direction.
Amen.
Well said, my brother. Well said. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not going to take it there because I already put my final thought together. So I'm sorry. I can't make this all harmonious. But I do have a question. And it's this simple. And okay, don't consider what we've been talking about when I say what I'm going to say. But if somebody asks you, what would you do if somebody tried to burn you? And not that burn, but they tried to buffalo you.
That's where my mind went.
That's where mine went too.
That's why I said don't go there. I said because I wrote this earlier, man. So I didn't even know we were gonna be here. I said I'm gonna get in trouble because they're gonna think I'm talking about sex, but I'm not. So if somebody tried to hustle you, right? But the slang. If somebody tried to burn you, right? Over something, what would be your response?
and I willingly know it. Non-player. Well, karma is gonna come back around. You know, karma is real, so that's the way I look at it. So.
All right. Black said he gonna put his hands on.
2 pieces and a biscuit.
Yes, sir. Madam, you don't have to give me so specific. I know what you.
Yeah, we know what you do. Yeah, we already know.
We all scared of you,
right? I know you're gonna mix bleach and ammonia and just sit it underneath your bed and just But
what goes around comes around. There you go.
All right, there it is.
There you go.
There it is. Okay, well, I just want to show this video and then we'll get to it.
¡Ay, Miguel! ¡Miguel! Hey.
Okay, so it one more time because they may have missed it.
¡Ay, Miguel! ¡Miguel! Hey.
Miguel.
What was in the pot?
What was in the pot? Was it hot water?
Hot water. So the food was trying to throw it again. Here's these TikTok dummies. They throwing hot water in the air while it's freezing and wanting the water to freeze. And then the dummy threw it on top of his back.
It got
and got burned.
Wow. And another fool, and Miguel.
All right. So let me just say this. Well, while we just witnessed a fool getting burned on his back, that ain't what I mean by that. So at the same time, but just make sure that you have minimal contact with people that don't mean you no good.
Man,
if at best have none.
That's
right?
True.
But for that food, hey, stupid, stop doing stuff on TikTok because you're going to get your back beat in.
Wow.
So listen, y'all. Listen, that's Black and that's Kenny and that's Devin. And we're going to see y'all Monday. Peace.
Peace.